When people hear the name Hades, they imagine pure evil. A merciless ruler of the dead, hidden deep beneath the earth. But what if that story was never true? Today we're uncovering the real god behind the myth. For thousands of years, Hades has been feared as the god of death. Movies, games, and stories painted him as a monster. Yet the ancient Greeks believed something completely different. And the truth might surprise you. Long before he ruled the underworld, Hades was simply the eldest son of Cronus, born into a family cursed by fear, prophecy, and betrayal. A prophecy warned Cronus that one of his own children would one day overthrow him. Terrified of losing his throne, he made a decision that would change the fate of the gods forever. One by one, Cronus imprisoned his own children, believing he had escaped destiny. But destiny has a way of finding everyone. Years passed in silence, until one child escaped Cronus's terrible fate. His name was Zeus. Hidden by his mother Rhea, he grew stronger with every passing year, preparing for the destiny that awaited him. When Zeus finally returned, he challenged Cronus and forced him to release the brothers and sisters he had imprisoned for so long. Hades was finally free. Freedom was only the beginning. Together, the brothers prepared to face the Titans in a war that would shake the heavens and the earth. After years of battle, the Titans finally fell. The old world was gone, and a new age for the gods had begun. To keep peace between them, the three brothers cast lots to divide the universe. None of them knew that one choice would define Hades forever. When the sacred lots were cast, Zeus claimed the heavens, Poseidon ruled the seas, and Hades received the underworld. Many believed it was a punishment, but the truth was far more complicated. The underworld was not hell. It was the final destination for every mortal soul, no matter how they had lived. Unlike the gods of Olympus, Hades rarely interfered with the world above. His duty was simple: to maintain balance between life and death. Every soul arriving in the underworld first faced a silent ferryman, a figure feared by both heroes and kings. For a single coin, Charon carried the dead across the river Styx, the boundary no living soul was meant to cross. Beyond the river stood a guardian unlike any other, a beast whose loyalty never wavered. Cerberus was never a monster hunting innocent people. His duty was to guard the gates, making sure the dead never escaped. Even Hades himself obeyed ancient laws. He did not decide who lived or died, only where souls belonged after death. To the ancient Greeks, Hades was not a symbol of evil. He was the guardian of order in a world every mortal would eventually reach. But one extraordinary event would change Hades forever: the day he met Persephone. One day Hades saw Persephone, the daughter of Demeter, the goddess of harvest. From that moment, everything would change, for both the underworld and the world above. According to the oldest myths, Hades asked Zeus for permission to marry Persephone. What happened next has been told in many different ways for thousands of years. Soon afterward, Persephone descended into the underworld, where she would become its queen beside Hades. Meanwhile, Demeter searched every corner of the earth for her missing daughter. As her sorrow grew, crops withered, rivers slowed, and winter spread across the land. To save humanity, Zeus proposed a compromise, one that would forever link the seasons to Persephone's journey. Because Persephone had eaten pomegranate seeds in the underworld, she could never leave it forever. Instead, she would spend part of each year with Hades and the rest with her mother. When Persephone returned to the surface, spring and summer blossomed once again. When she returned below, autumn and winter followed. Despite countless modern stories, ancient myths rarely described Hades as cruel. He ruled with strict justice, not needless violence. Unlike many Olympian gods, Hades rarely sought conflict. He simply protected the balance between the living and the dead. Perhaps the greatest mystery wasn't the underworld itself, but why history remembered one of its fairest rulers as a villain over time. Persephone became far more than a visitor. She ruled beside Hades as the queen of the underworld, respected by gods, feared by mortals, and trusted by the souls who entered her kingdom. Many heroes dreamed of entering the underworld, but very few ever returned to tell the tale. Every soul followed the same path, crossing the river Styx with Charon before facing the eternal kingdom beyond. Cerberus remained forever loyal. His purpose was never to punish the dead, but to protect the balance between worlds. Unlike many Olympian gods, Hades rarely sought glory or worship. He simply carried out the responsibility that fate had placed upon him. His kingdom was feared, not because its ruler was evil, but because every living soul knew they would one day arrive there. Perhaps that is why Hades became one of the most misunderstood figures in all of mythology. People feared the place and blamed the one who guarded it. The ancient Greeks respected Hades. They rarely even spoke his name aloud, believing it carried immense power. The true Hades was neither hero nor villain. He was a king, a judge, and above all, the guardian of the natural order. So the next time you hear the name Hades, remember this. The Lord of the Underworld was never the devil of Greek mythology. He was simply the keeper of a realm that every mortal must one day enter. And his story is far more fascinating than the myths we've been told.